So I think we all could assume that Reva was going to be the indirect main character of the Kenobi show, but I don't think a lot of us knew how much of a main character and a main part of Star Wars she was going to be in the future, and it actually gets a lot worse than pretty much anyone out there could have assumed. Let's get into it. So like I said, pretty much all of us thought that Reva was going to be the main character of Kenobi indirectly. We saw it in the trailers, we saw it in the lead up to the show, how they were hyping her up, how they were preparing her for all the racists that were going to go in her DMs and stuff like that. We knew it was going to happen. We've seen this a million times, not just with Star Wars, but with all kind of different IPs. And, before we get into the video, later on in the video, I'll give you a spoiler warning. In the beginning, I'll stay spoiler free, but if you are still watching Kenobi, God help your soul, if you're still watching Kenobi and you care about spoilers, I will give you a fair warning later on in the video, because we are going to have to get into some sort of spoiler talk when it comes to Reva and the future of her character, and even a Kenobi Season 2, which doesn't make much sense to me at all, but if they do it right, I guess I wouldn't be extremely pissed at it. But it doesn't make much sense because they've been marketing Kenobi as a limited series the entire time. We're going to get into all of that in just a second. Like I said, fair spoiler warning coming in the future of this video, not just yet. So we all knew that Reva was going to be a main character of this show. Like I said, I didn't think that we knew how much they were going to push her, not just inside of the universe of Star Wars, but also outside of the universe of Star Wars. She's going to become a cash cow for the woke SJW crowd that Star Wars is trying to target. I've been battling people on Twitter. I've been making fun of people on Twitter all day today. Just absolute idiots who just can't accept that some things that are made by Disney, some things that are made by Lucasfilm are not the best thing ever. Not everything is peak Star Wars. Not everything is peak cinema that Disney and Lucasfilm make. A lot of it actually is really, really bad. And one person tweeted out something like, The Last Jedi didn't deserve the criticism that it got. And even, the SJWs out there were saying, actually, The Last Jedi criticisms were pretty valid. But when it comes to this Kenobi show, people are still not willing to accept that the criticism is valid, especially when it comes to the Reva character. Star Wars put that out there. Star Wars itself on Twitter is a big proponent of why Reva, you can't criticize her. They're a huge proponent of that. And I said that we're going to get into the spoiler talk later on in the video. Like I said, don't read too far down the screen right here. Let me read it to you if you don't want to be spoiled. Or you can click off the video now if you really care that much. The spoilers, to be honest with you, they're not that big. The spoilers aren't that crazy. But if you do want to remain spoiler free, and it's also not confirmed. None of this stuff is completely confirmed. This is rumors. But apparently Jason Ward has been pretty accurate in the past. So let's get into exactly what we're going to be talking about with the Reva character taking over Star Wars and taking over the Kenobi show and the Kenobi Season 2. Today I learned some big things about Star Wars Kenobi and the future of the series from sources inside Disney. Apparently the preliminary numbers for the show were so promising, continuing Kenobi's story during the dark times of the Empire was looking extremely attractive. That's something that I have a problem with. If they were doing like a Stranger Things type thing with this show, where they would already have it planned before they saw the numbers, before they saw the money it was bringing in to do a two-parter to this limited series, that would be something completely different. But if they're just simply, changing the ending of the show, which they are changing the ending of Kenobi to benefit Reva and to continue making money off of Kenobi, if they're doing that, if that's what happens simply because it's bringing in money, that's not going to be good. I mean, the passion already isn't there with Kenobi. The passion is, it's completely lacking passion, and that's why the show is so bad. That's why most people that I talk to don't like the show too much, or at least don't love the show. If you're only going to make a Season 2 for money, and you already have to change the ending of Kenobi Season 1 to be able to have a Season 2, Season 2 is not going to be good, man. It's going to feel so empty. It's going to have so much filler. I already know. Because there's not much you can do. The only thing that they can do is continue to pander towards that weird woke SJW crowd on Twitter that they're trying to capture with this new Star Wars, and make Reva the main character of a Season 2 as well, which she wasn't going to be the main character of Season 2. And this is, like I said, where we're going to kind of get into spoiler territory. So if you really care that much, which I don't know why you care that much about spoilers at this point, but as you can see right here, it says, spoilers, the fate of Reva. Up front, I need to stress that the ending of Star Wars Kenobi is about Kenobi. Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it. His experience and his change in morale after his adventure. That was always the case, and always will be the case, regardless of how anyone wants to twist my reports to suit their audience's twisted needs. Like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. I hope it is, but I'll believe it when I see it, because I don't believe it right now. I have been informed that Moses Ingram, Reva Savander, will return for the next story, and her death sequence at the hands of Darth Vader has now been cut or amended. I cannot confirm if they reshot anything, however, Reva will survive this 6-episode arc of Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. If you don't know what the original ending was going to be, I don't know exactly what it was going to be, but I know that the gist of it was this. Reva was going to go and see what Obi-Wan was doing on Tatooine. She was going to find Obi-Wan on Tatooine, find out what he was doing, that he was watching over Luke, and for whatever reason, that would make her turn to the light side again. She wouldn't tell Vader that she found Kenobi. She wouldn't tell Vader that he's watching over Luke, his son. She would go to Vader and tell him that Obi-Wan was dead, and she would become a spy for the Jedi. But, you know, Vader being Vader, and thank God that this was going to be the case, Vader was going to kill her because he saw right through what she was saying. Now, Vader's not going to kill her. Shocker. Because for multiple reasons, I'll go into that in 1 second. Vader's not going to kill her. He's going to let her live, and she's going to be the main character of season 2. Shocker. I know. It's crazy. Nobody saw this coming, right? It's so... their plot twists are so on point. Remember when that spy came out in episode 3? Indira Varma's character? Nobody saw that coming, right? This show is just an embarrassment, man. But anyway, let's get into the reasons why they would not kill Reva at the end of Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1. Number 1, they just had that big blow up on Twitter, big blow up on social media from Star Wars with the, racist tweets. I'm saying racist. They definitely are racist, and that's pretty, horrible that she has to go through that. But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I get death threats. I get people making fun of my appearance all the time. I don't care. Why is it such a big deal when she gets it? I get that all the time. Every single video that I post, I get that. Nobody cares. I don't care. Why does she care so much? And why do we care about her caring so much? Why do I have to care? I do not care. That's one reason why, is because if they kill her, they're going to be like, oh, yep, you're just killing off the black character again and make it about the white characters. That's what they're going to say. And that's the audience that they're trying to pander to. They can't have that happening. Another reason, if they have her take over the show, not only for the ending of this season, but if they have her take over for next season, because they have to, what else can Obi-Wan possibly do without, extreme, the extreme breaking of canon? They have to have her take over next season. That's going to push that narrative even further. Like I said, they're trying to capture that woke SJW audience on Twitter. That's exactly what they're going to get. Because she has kind of become the poster boy, or the poster they / them. I don't know what she is. Don't mean to assume. She's become the poster they / them of their movement, of the, get rid of all white males in Star Wars and in cinema in general, of that movement. So if they make her the main character of season 2, it's easy, man. Easy points, easy woke points. So that's what they're going to do. And like I said, the third reason is just because they don't have anything else for Obi-Wan to do. They're already stretching this one out. You can tell that they didn't have much idea of what Obi-Wan could be doing even in this season. So if they're going to make a second season simply for the point of making money, for the purpose of making money, and for the purpose of bringing in the audience, because this one did pretty good in the viewership, they're definitely not going to have anything for season 2. They have to have some sort of character come in and take over for Obi-Wan. And then, it's very easy for it to be Reva. I think this is an embarrassment, man. The fact that they're changing the ending so that Reva can be the main character in season 2, it's an embarrassment. This show is already horrible, and honestly, man, that ending could have saved it. That sounds like a pretty interesting ending. I'm not sure how Obi-Wan's story was going to end up. I mean, we kind of know where it ends up, but I didn't expect her to be written out of the show. I didn't expect her to die in the show. I expected this ending, this new leaked ending, to be the ending that was going to be the entire time. I thought that she was always going to live. I thought she was always going to be the main protagonist of the show. So the fact that Vader was going to kill her would have been really satisfying, because I really don't like her character. But obviously, after everything that's been going on, they can't have that happen. They'll just never kill her after everything that's been going on Twitter and stuff. So let me know what you guys think about the new Kenobi ending. What do you think about how they're changing the plot to make a season 2 of Kenobi? I think that this whole thing is just an embarrassment, but let me know what you guys think in the comments about the whole situation. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link to that will be in the description as well. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope to see you in the next one.